guys, it's Sherry. I hope that you're having a fantastic day. Y'all, let's have some more placemat fun. Stay tuned. So welcome to each and every one of you. I really do appreciate you stopping by and spending some of your day with me. And for all of my recent subscribers, welcome. I am so grateful that you chose to subscribe to my channel. Today we're going to have some more fun playing with placemats. And I know a lot of you have purchased placemats in the last few days, and I want to give you as many options for using those as possible. Today is no exception. I absolutely love today's project. So today we're going to take one of our placemats and turn it into a sweet little lunch bag. Now on this one we don't have handles, but on the one that we'll make together today, I'll show you a super simple way to add handles to your bag. So y'all know what time it is? It is time to get started. And so here's a closer look at the bag that we're going to be making today. I shaped it to look like a standard lunch bag if it was one of those brown paper bags that you would just carry your lunch in. And this is very sturdy. And what I like about this, we know it's food safe because it is a placemat. So we can place our food or our snacks on the inside of this bag. And we know that they are safe, but not only are they safe, but look how cute this is. So you walk into your break room carrying this bag, everyone's going to want to know where you got it. And if you're trying to earn any extra money off of your crafting, this is a great little craft because so many people will fall in love with the graphic alone. But just the fact that this is a decorative, reusable lunch bag will make them so happy. So here is the placemat that I'm using today. This placemat measures 18 by 12. Your placemat might have some slight imperfections in it, such as this one, but I'm not going to let that stop me from using it because it is still very useful and very functional, and we are going to turn it into something extremely awesome. So I am going to bring in my scoreboard and my placemat, and how you choose to do yours is completely up to you. But I want to score on one end at 6. And just make sure that your score is straight. So I'm scoring at 6. And then I'm going to score at 8. And then I'm going to move this 8-inch score mark over, and I'm just going to move it over to the 1-inch mark. So I need to make another 6-inch panel. So I am going to score this at 7 because I moved that score mark over to 1. So I needed to add 6 inches to it. And then I am going to score 2 more inches at 9. So just to recap the scoring that I did, I scored at 6, I scored at 8, then I took that score mark that I made at 8 and I slid it over to 1 because I need to score another 6 inches and my scoreboard is not long enough. So then I have my mark here at 1, adding 6 inches to it, I scored at 7, and then I scored at 9 because I needed another 2-inch panel to be able to match what I'm doing on this side. So now I'm going to take my mat, and on the bottom, I am going to score at 2 as far as I can go. Then I'll flip this, and I'll score at 2 again to meet that original 2 score. So we're just going to take all of our folds. I am going to use my handy dandy big old spatula and just crease those, and I'll do the same thing wherever I made a score mark. So we are just going to go across with our big old spatula or whatever it is that you have to use and crease your scores. I'll do it on this side as well. And so now we'll have a corner piece right here that we need to get rid of, But we're also going to go ahead and release all of these tabs along the bottom. So I'll just go ahead and remove this. And then when I cut out along the bottom, I am just going to do slight angles all the way across. So on both sides of that score mark, we're just going to do a little angle. And then here at the end, I'm going to do just a slight angle in. And so now we have our bag and it's ready to be put together. I am going to use my tape and I'm going to place my tape on the panel that has the cutout at the bottom because that is our glue or tape panel. I like using tape on these because I found that it works very well. So then I'm actually going to add 2 strips of tape because I want some really good adhesion on this. I am going to be very generous with my tape. So once we have that end covered, I am going to come over to this panel and I am going to place some tape on the inside. Not a whole lot, but I want the tape to meet the tape on the other side. And then once I have my tape up top, I'm going to go ahead and just place a little bit of tape on these 2 panels right here. And then I'm just going to add small strips of tape right there at the top. And so when we fold the bag together, we're going to be folding it with this image here on the front. So we're going to be taking tape and placing it underneath this flap. So I'll flip it over. I'm going to go ahead and place some tape. And so once I have my tape here, I'm going to flip it over and you can see that I have that tape here. Now I want to place some tape on this piece. So I'm just going to scoot it around towards me and place my tape. And guys, the amount of tape that I'm placing down is the amount of tape that I like to place down. If you don't want to place as much tape as I'm placing, you definitely don't have to. I heard from several of you that you felt like the tape usage was adding a lot to the cost of the project. It really isn't, but if you do have some concerns about the amount of tape to be used on the project, you don't have to use as much as I'm using. You can use however much you want to get your desired results. It doesn't have to mirror what I'm doing exactly. I'm sharing the process, and then you can take it, modify it, and tweak it to make it work for you. All right, so we have our tape on. We are ready to put this little beauty together. I am going to peel away the tape on this side, and then I peeled away the tape from the tape flap or the glue flap, whichever one you want to call it. We're simply going to take this and join it together. Now I am going to try to join mine so that I get my lines as straight as possible. So I am just going to take this and match it. Now I can take it, use my big old spatula, get that nice and stuck. I'll go on the inside with my big old spatula, get it stuck, and hopefully you can see that I have a little shape going. So now we're going to take this and we're going to remove the tape. We're going to remove the tape from our side pieces. We're going to fold the side pieces in just like that. This is our front flap, so it'll be the last one that we fold, but we are going to go ahead and try to get that squared. we are going to go ahead and take the back flap and just lay it down on those side pieces. And then we peeled away the tape backer from that long back panel. We are going to peel away the tape backer from the last panel that we need to fold over. So all we need to do at this point is take this and fold it over just like that. And so now we have a bag that looks like this. We're going to take it and stand it up just like we would any other bag, and we're going to pinch in those sides. And this is a very easy bag to pinch in because the vinyl is just so pliable that it bends very easily. So we're going to bend it down as far as you want to take it. And y'all look at that. We have an extremely adorable lunch bag. And so when finished, this bag measures 2 inches deep, 10 inches tall. Isn't that just fabulous? I love how it looks. You can see how well it takes that creasing. We can take it and fold it all the way down to the bottom, and we have such a gorgeous bag. I absolutely love this. Now we're going to place some handles on it as well as a little Velcro dot so that we can close it. Now, if you want to add a base, you probably have some scrap vinyl pieces that you can use for that. So I am going to take this piece, put it in my cutter. I am going to cut a piece that is slightly shorter than 2 inches. And then I'm going to make it slightly shorter than 6 inches, just a smidgen shorter than 6. And so now I can take it, add some tape to it, and place it in the bottom. That gives me some extra stability, and it also covers up the mechanics of how I put that bottom together. So to add our handles, I'm going to be using 2 scrap pieces of vinyl, and these pieces measure 1 by 12, and I am simply going to take them and put them on the front of my bag just like I have it right here. To make sure that I have as good of a stick as possible, I am going to take my 1-inch tape, and I'm going to add some tape about 1 inch from the bottom on both sides of my straps. And I'll do this on both pieces. Then I'm just going to make sure that I have a nice little stick right there. Going to peel away my tape. We'll take our first piece and I'm going to stand it up just so that I can see where I want to place it. Trying to get it nice and even. So you can see I placed that right there. Then I'm going to flip it over. Go ahead and put that second handle on. And I'm going to try to match it with the first one. So before I stick the second piece down, I'm just going to pick it up to make sure I have these handles at the same height. And when I know that I do, I can go ahead and put that down. And don't you think that that is just so stinking cute? Now we need to make sure that the handles are not going to come off. So to make sure that my handles stay on, I am going to be using some of these screws, and they have like a screw head, and then you have this decorative piece that goes on. The link that I have in the description box for these is correct, guys. So if you're interested in getting any of these, they're going to look different when you look at them in a still photograph versus how they look when I'm using them on camera, but they are the same. So I could use my Crocodile Big Bite to actually punch my holes, but this time I'm going to do it with my paper piercer. And I'm going to put 2 of these on here. So I am just going to find my center and just punch me a nice little hole. And if you don't have a hole punch, having a paper piercer is a great way to get your hole. And then I'm going to go ahead and punch one right above it. And I'll just wiggle that around so that I can get that opening. And then because I want the round head on the outside, I am going to take the screw portion and punch it through on the inside. So I'm going to go ahead and push both of my screws through. And then once we have our 2 screws punched through, we can take that round piece, the round head, and just screw it on as tight as you can get it, top and bottom. And this gives you a nice little decorative finish to your bag, but it also ensures that your handles are not going anywhere. So I'll do it on this side with you guys, and then I'm going to do the back side off camera. So I am going to try to align the holes that I punch. Get those nice and opened. And we'll do this one as well. We'll take the screw, which looks like that, and we'll put it through that hole. And then we'll take our second screw, put it through the hole. And so now we can take the pieces that have the round head that looks like that. We can put that on. Screw it as tight as you can. And y'all, these handles are not going anywhere, but isn't that a cute little statement maker on the front of this gorgeous little lunch bag? I'm going to do the other side off camera and I'll be right back. So I have added my screws to the back, and don't you guys think that this is an absolutely adorable little lunch bag? I am actually going to use this to carry my snacks and my lunch. And I just think that this is such a gorgeous way to create personal lunch bags. And I haven't tried it, but just a thought. I wonder if you could give this even more of a leather look by running it through an embosser. I don't know if the vinyl would spring back to shape or if it would hold that leather embossing look. Either way, with or without the embossed look on the handles, this is a fabulous, fabulous bag. The last thing that I'm going to do is add a Velcro dot, because I do want to be able to close this. And I am going to place my Velcro dot on the inside. Hopefully you can see that dot. And then I'll peel away that backer sheet, and I'm going to take this and just squeeze it so that the top has the shape that I want before I actually push it down on the Velcro dot. So now we have a wonderful closure to our personal little lunch bag. It's Velcro so that you can just open and close this at will. And y'all, we are doing these things using placemats. Now my placemats only cost $1 because I'm getting them from the Dollar Tree. However, you might be able to find them somewhere else on clearance for less than $1, or you might find them for a couple of dollars. But the vinyl placemats really are not that expensive, and they have such beautiful graphics, and look at what we're able to make. So if you did not want to add handles to your bag, but you wanted to have like an oval or a rectangle opening, I was able to use a punch on the last bags that I made to punch out that oval. It went right through it. I didn't have any problems at all. But for this particular style of bag, where we really are going for that bag look, I absolutely love the look of these handles. So I raised my camera just a little bit so that I can hopefully try to get the whole thing into frame, because I want you guys to be able to see how beautiful this is. No concerns about our handles coming off because we double enforce them with tape, and then we used our beautiful screws. So I am going to bring that first one back in so that you can see the two looks that we actually have. We have a bag with the handles and we have a bag without. But no matter how you choose to do it, you are going to have one fantastic bag. So guys, I hope that you have liked another placemat project. If you have, please hit the like button. If you are not a subscriber to my channel, I would love to have you join this amazing online crafting family. You guys, as always, please be safe, be kind, happy crafting, and we'll chat later. Bye.